RBT family, what's the deal? It's your dog Willie Jack, and we are back. Hold on, get my camera together. Back, baby. Back with more NFL action. NFL Week 13 is here. NFL Week 13 is here, and I'm excited and ready to go, man. I'm excited and ready to go. It was a long Thanksgiving weekend. Lots of good food, good times. I'm not gonna lie. Hold on, let me get my camera together. Yeah, coming off a long Thanksgiving weekend, extended break. Feel like I've been on a mini spring break. But now I'm back and ready for some football action. Oh, man, hold on, early birds. Hold on, early birds. Who's in this thing already? Man, my dog Keandre said, man, he said it's lit and we live. You know what's going in. You know what's going on. Hey, look, call it a script, call it luck, just don't call it a clinch. Hey, look here, man. Him and them Chiefs, boy, y'all living by a fine line, boy. Y'all living by a fine line. But yeah, y'all know what time it is. Y'all know what time it is. Get on, sit on down. Get on in here, get real comfortable. You know what I'm saying? Find yourself something to do. Because we got some ball to talk about today. We definitely going to talk about that damn. We definitely going to talk about Keandre's Chiefs for sure. Oh, boy, y'all must have had a rough night. Y'all in here off early this morning. Shout out to my dog Miles in the building, man. It's time to get it together. Yeah, man. Matter of fact, look, man, look. Y'all done woke up all early, got me out this cabal late. Might as well just get straight to it then. The Chiefs survived the Raiders, man. Look here, man. Look here, man. My dog Keandre in the building. My dog Miles in the building. I might need a Super Bowl letterman. Oh, man. Hey, hold on, man. Hey, Keandre, look, bro. I even remember, bro. Got the chat up. You ain't have to tell me, dog. You ain't have to tell me. Look at this, man. Look, hey, I beat you to it. Yeah. Hey, I put it up right before you said something. Hey, winners win. Winners win. I ain't gonna never take that away. Man. Players get chose, dog. That's just how the game go, man. Players get chose, man. I respect the game, dog. Sometimes that's just how it go, man. Sometimes that's how it go. Players get chose, dog. Winners win. Players get chose. Losers lose. All three of those things can be true. Now here, let me tell y'all, and I know we just skipping right to the end. Skip to the good stuff. Here's what pissed me off about it, from the Raiders' perspective. What were they hoping to accomplish? That's what I don't like. They drive down the field. For one, you go for that long field goal. Dude is already 0 for 2, but they was long ones anyway. But he missed that one, and that last one, he just completely just shanked. I think they showed the replay. His foot skipped the ground or whatever it was, just shanked it, shit the bed. So then you turn the ball over. Shout out to the defense. Stood up. Patty had a chance to put a dagger in him. He just flat out missed, butt naked, wide open. Xavier Worthy, 40 yards downfield, should have been a walk-in touchdown. Nail in the coffin seals the game. I tell you what, Keandre, Miles, my dog Hoppy, where your happy ass at? If this was Patty 3 years ago, that's a dot, and it ain't even a question at the end. Why wasn't that a touchdown to Worthy? What are we doing? He's butt naked. He's got 2 steps on the defender, one-on-one, 40 yards upfield. Patty used to be good for those with his eyes closed. Patty could have threw that left-handed. What happened? What happened, man? You know what I mean? But be that as it may, Raiders defense stood up and went right down the field, boy. Went right down the field. I'm like, damn, Raiders are really gonna do it? You know what I'm saying? Is this really gonna happen? This is happening right now. And then lo and behold, you get the pass on the left sideline to the running back. He's stumbling, can't pick up his feet. He doesn't get out of bounds. He's tackled in bounds. But it's all good because you're still in reasonable field goal range anyway. It was still going to be long. I think there was at like the 32. There was somewhere around the 30, 32-yard line. So we're looking at, let's say, between a 48 and a 52-yard field goal. Now, he's missed 3 times from 50. I understand. But still, that first down play to the running back who didn't get out of bounds because he couldn't keep his feet up, turf monster, what have you. So now it's 2nd and 3. They spiked the ball. It's 3rd and 3. There's 11 seconds left, 14 seconds or 11 seconds, one of them. And then instead of kicking a field goal with no timeouts, They want to run another quick play. And so here's the thing. It's 3rd and 3. So what, you want another 5-6 yards? Because you're not going for the end zone. You know what I mean? So they wanted to pick up another 5-6 yards. They wanted to take the field goal from 51 down to 48. You know what I'm saying? And to rush the field goal unit on the team onto the field because they had to spike it on 2nd down. So now it's 3rd down. So you can't just run a quick play, get up and spike it if it's not a first. So you got to at least be banking on getting 3.5 yards. So now instead of a 52-yarder, it's 49. And now we rushing. Hurry up, try to line up, not get a alignment penalty, not get some type of bullshit false start, just anything. You know what I'm saying? So, like, what was the gamble? Like, what was the win in that situation for Oakland? That's what pissed me off. For Las Vegas, my fault. Because that's what pissed me off right there. Like, why was that the game plan? We was going to win or lose this game on a kick. If he can't hit that hole from 49, he ain't going to hit it from 51. Period. He done missed 3. So if we going to let him kick again, then damn it, he got to kick. Period. If we going to let him kick again, then he's got to kick. Ain't no difference between 49 and 51. Like, what? That's the part that pissed me off. And then, what was Aiden O'Connell doing? Because, like, when I was watching it live, I thought it was on the center. Because the way the commentary and everybody was talking, they was talking like it was a false start, center snap before anybody else was ready. Boom, boom, boom. No, watch the replay. The whole offensive line moved. The only people that don't move is Aiden O'Connell and the running back. He didn't move either. I don't know what he was looking at. You know what I'm saying? Like, but the backfield didn't move. The line moved in unison. It was a good snap. It was a good snap as far as I can see. And I'm pretty sure, you know what I'm saying, Brian Baldinger. Shout out to Baldy, man. If y'all football heads and y'all not following Baldinger on Instagram or Twitter, X, whatever you got, follow Baldy, man. He be breaking down film and just going over key plays. I'm pretty sure it was a Baldy replay or breakdown of it. Nah, the guard taps the center. You know what I'm saying? You going silent count. It's not uncommon. They probably ran that shit 30 times that game. When the quarterback gives the guard a sign, the guard taps the center, and then we going on the center. You can clearly see the guard tap the center. Shit, center got the tap. I'm snapping. Let's go. Aiden O'Connell's looking over here. Ball hits him in the chest. Like, bro, what are we doing? Then, of course, no recovery. Chiefs, you know what I'm saying? Chiefs fall over it. There's your ball game. What were you doing? Antonio, like, what was that 3rd down play going to be? You got 11 seconds. So you're going to try to get a 5-yard pass inbound because they're not going to let you get to the sideline. So the middle of the field is going to be open. So maybe you want to take a shot 5 to 12 yards down the field because everybody still got to run and make it to the line of scrimmage to even spike it again to get now. Let's say now they were hoping to make it a 42-yard field goal instead of a 50-yard field goal. You know what I'm saying? So, like, now we're going to have to try to get the O-line and everybody else to run 15 yards downfield to get back on the ball in 11 seconds and then spike it without some type of formation penalty or a false start at that point. Like, what was being gained? You know what I'm saying? Like, what were we really striving for? Like, the decision not to kick only makes sense if it's 56. It's a 56-yard field goal. He just missed from 58 on one. He just shanked. You know what I'm saying? But nah, it was 50. It was like a 50-yard field goal. I think on TV they were calling it a 50. Leg wasn't the problem. Yeah, he missed 3. I get it. But if he's kicking, he's kicking. If you don't believe that he can make it from 50, don't tell me you believe he can make it from 47. Not if distance isn't the issue. Because I tell you what, on the one he shanked, that 58-yarder, he caught it at like 60%. His foot like skipped the ground before he got to the ball. So he kicked it at like 60%. Man, the ball still landed in the end zone. He had plenty of leg. So if we feel good about sending him back out there after he missed 3, then don't tell me there's a big ass difference between 47 and 50. We were hoping to get, like, hell no, bro. That's bullshit. And it cost yourselves. What's Aiden O'Connell? Man, hey, man. But this has been the story of the 2024 Chiefs. And hey, I hate to play. Hey, don't hate the game. Hate to play, don't hate the game. I respect the game now. I don't hate the game. Players get chose all day long. Don't matter what you. Hey, Miles, I almost dropped some of that church on him this morning. You understand me? But I ain't gonna go there. It's a family-friendly show. I almost, you know what I'm saying? I was almost feeling touch a little bit of that cloth, but I'ma chill. Players get chose, man. That's just how it goes sometimes. I ain't mad at the Chiefs. Winners win. Do you, Playboy? But the Raiders, boy, y'all shit the bed, man. Y'all shit the bed. Ain't no other way around it. Ain't no other way around it, bro. Miles, they wasn't ready to get the girl number, dog. They weren't ready to get a number. She gave them the number, they didn't know what to do. Like, oh, damn. Oh, so you like me too? Oh, man. I don't know what to do with myself. Bro, hey, man. Hey, man. That's what happens sometimes, no? Hey, Miles said, don't do. Hey, yeah, man. You know, I had to catch myself. Let me catch up on these comments. I had to catch myself, man. I almost gave him a little bit of that sauce. You feel me? I almost gave him a little bit of that sauce. Hey, don't do too much. You know what's going on, man. I almost gave him a little sauce. Everybody ain't ready for sauce. A lot of these boys, they still out here dry rubbing, man. Everybody can't handle the sauce. Yes, sir. My doc Keandre said the Chiefs survived themselves. Keep it closer than the other team in multiple weeks. You can say that, but no. Boys is just putting y'all in dog fights. Like, I don't think y'all like, I ain't gonna lie, bro. It don't necessarily, it don't have the feel of David just catching Goliath tripping. You know what I mean? That ain't how these been feeling. No, they've been feeling like dog fights, and y'all in there fighting tooth and nail, and y'all just still, like I said, y'all got an old dog that know one last trick. You know what I mean? Or not even y'all know one last trick. The other side falling down. The other side falling down, man. The other side is sitting there looking like, man, am I really finna knock out Ali? I'm really finna drop Tyson? And then they don't know what to do, man. They ain't ready for the moment. They ain't ready for the moment. They damn sure did. And that's what pissed me off. Well, and the thing I was going to say, it'd be frustrating sometimes to see teams move the ball so well like they did. Like, well, where was this at the other 59 minutes of the game, dog? You know what I'm saying? Excuse me. But at the same time, I got to remember that the Chiefs change. I mean, like in those situations, the defense has changed as well. So now there are all those short underneath and in the middle of the field passes are open because, you know, the defense are playing deep. And so I caught myself. But yeah, even still, man. Hey, Miles said he got kids. Oh, he ain't a killer no more. He a family man now. Hey, you ain't lying, man. He ain't a killer no more, man. He said he a family man now. Hey, they was trying to prove it to the king. You got to take it. He said they've been getting everybody's best game. Maybe. But what you expect? You know what I mean? When you sitting at the top, you get treated like you at the top. You know what I'm saying? Nobody we ain't gonna treat you like the rookie level. That's disrespectful. If we showed up not ready to play, we disrespecting the game. We came to the champ's crib. Yeah, we trying to hit you right in the mouth, bro. We gotta test you and ourselves. You know what I'm saying? That's what they supposed to do. My dog Keanu said stupid penalties and poor red zone conversion. Been the big issues. Yeah. Patty and Worthy, for whatever reason, can't get on the same page either. He missed, like I said, last night, it should have been a dagger. It should have been a 45-yard dagger touchdown to Xavier Worthy. It was that 3rd and 2, and y'all took that shot deep. Worthy was there. Worthy was there. Butt naked, dancing in the rain. You know what I'm saying? Patty couldn't get it to him. Missed him. You know what I mean? That's the only difference I see. Patty, those is layups for Patty. They should be. They used to be. Those used to be 40-yard handoffs. Patty missed them. And he's missed them a few times this year. And like in the commentary, like let's say last night, they was talking about it as well. For whatever reason, Patty and Worthy still, you you know what I'm saying, ain't quite in sync on the deep ball, man. Ain't quite in sync on the deep ball. But be that as it may, man. Winners win, and y'all got the dub, man. Winners win. Hey, what's that? Is that 11-0? Hey, 11-1. Excuse me, 11-1. Keandre, man, only thing better than 10-1 is 11-1. Better take them where you can get them, man. Take them where you can get them. Take them where you can get them for sure. Now we'll see, man. Real quick, we'll recap the rest of the holiday games. The Thursday game, Chicago goes to Detroit, loses that one. Now, hold on, Miles got a comment. I want to talk about that Chicago game as well. What my dog Miles said. He said Patty threw 40 passes by the middle of the third quarter. Man, yeah. That's a heavy workload. And honestly, the run game production has been waning here of late, because when Kareem Hunt first got there, he jumped back like it was 2016. Kareem Hunt jumped in, and it feel like I don't know what he got week 1, but by week 2 he had like 27 touches. So they ain't waste no time. They got him back in the building. It was like, hey yeah, boy, hey man, it's good to see you, man. Yeah, boot up. Yeah, strap in, dog. Yeah, we rolling right now. The train is moving. And Kareem was like, shit, all right. Man, he was getting 20, 25, down to 30 touches a week. It felt like maybe he wore down a little bit, because that run game definitely has dried up a little bit. But Pacheco back. You know what I mean? So going forward, you know what I'm saying, maybe we see it balance back out. Now, the problem is, boy, your tackles is ass. Wanye Morris is out there getting himself honey roasted. It got so bad on that last series, y'all moved Tony from guard to tackle and then brought in the backup left guard. That's how bad the left tackle was. And then the right tackle, Jawan Taylor, if he's not false starting, because he starts early every snap, you know what I'm saying? So if he's not false starting, he's getting honey roasted. Max Crosby missed Patty 3 times on the same play, and then D-Hop drops a pass. You know what I mean? So, like, it's been a calamity. That might be y'all word for the morning, man. It's been a calamity. I was going to say a comedy of errors, but for whatever reason, calamity came out. So it's been a calamity. Y'all can have that one for free. Y'all can have that one for free. And then I had to fix one of these things. Hold on, let me see. Yeah, definitely got to run the ball better. But like I said, Pacheco coming back, and especially with the problems y'all having at tackles. Well, Pacheco's coming back, and y'all signed DJ Humphries. He had been a starting left tackle in Arizona for like 5-6 years, but y'all signed him. He just hadn't been activated yet. But he's going to come in and fill in that left tackle. He can't be no worse, because Wanye Morris been getting his ass honey roasted. So it can't be any worse. But he was a serviceable dude. A lot of years as a starter. So maybe with the addition of DJ Humphries to that left tackle spot and Pacheco coming back, you know what I'm saying? Maybe we do see, I'm talking about you running the ball better. Maybe we do see an improvement in the run game with those additions. Y'all got to do something, boy. D-Hop and Juju look good on the field together. Shit, when they catching passes, D-Hop dropped that one and hit him in the chest on that dig route. After Patty got away from Crosby 3 times and then gets away, lunges, lays out, Superman pass. His D-Hop, right? I couldn't believe it was D-Hop. It's like, damn, D-Hop, not you. I remember when they used to talk about D-Hop hadn't dropped a pass in like 3 seasons. I can't believe he dropped that one. But no, man, entertain the game, man. Especially at the end. You know what I'm saying? At the end for sure. Definitely got entertained at the end, man. I tell you one thing, man. Kansas City, y'all do not disappoint, man. The Thursday game, Chicago goes to Detroit, finds a way to trick it off as well, man. Finds a way to trick it out. It's same thing that applies to Kansas City. A lot of that applies to Detroit. Winners win, dog, period. Winners win and losers find a way to lose every time. And that's what happened to Chicago. You got your rookie quarterback. Y'all heat up in the second half. Y'all really get cooking. Get moving, heat up. You driving. You in field goal range. You take a sack. You got a timeout left. You get sacked. It's a bad sack to take, but it happens. You get sacked. 27 seconds now. Caleb Williams, he's walking around doing this. Hotline blinging. You know what I mean? To the receivers. He wastes a good 15 seconds doing that shit. Bro, we seen you, dog. Come on, man. The hotline blinging, dog. Snap the ball. And then I think y'all went from the Bears, I'm talking about, went from 27 seconds on the clock at the start with the timeout in pocket the whole time, mind you. You know what I'm saying? 27 seconds. I think he snapped the ball with 3 seconds left? Because when he snapped it, now it's the last play of the game. It's the last play of the game by the time he snaps it. Bro, that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. But the only good news of that whole ordeal, if you're a Chicago Bears fan, is that was the straw that brought the camel's back, man. That was the straw that broke the camel's back. Matt Eberflus, excuse me, brother. Matt Eberflus, henceforth, relieved of his duties the next morning. And this is the thing about this. Chicago Bears organization, Ryan Poles. You compound. See, this is the thing about running from a hard choice. It's a life lesson for y'all. Bears should have let him go last season. When it didn't work with Fields and Eberflus was the head, like, it should have been a clean slate because there was nothing redeeming. What did they see as the redeeming quality for why Matt Eberflus was retained after last year? Nah, man. Number 1 pick. We got an arguably generational prospect. You know what I mean? Tons of picks, tons of capital. It should have been a clean slate. New quarterback, new coach, new head coach. You know what I'm saying? Then maybe you do get Ben Johnson lead Detroit. He's going to get to pick his own quarterback and come in and run the Bears team. Whatever could have happened, you know what I'm saying? But be that as may, he shouldn't have been there anyway. And then you get 12 weeks into the season, you see this, and now you pull the plug. Yeah, it's 12 weeks too late. And now, not only is it like that compounds the issue because now you've got your rookie quarterback 12 weeks in under one head coach. You fire his offensive coordinator after 9 weeks. You fire his head coach after 12. And then Thomas Brown, the quarterback coach who filled in as offensive coordinator, who's now filling in as head coach. Does he even get the job next year? I doubt it. So now there's going to be a new coach, new system and everything. I mean, just what are we doing? So now what are we doing to the development of Caleb Williams? It's starting to sound eerie similar to the start of Justin Fields' tenure. This is how it started for Fields. Bad coaching group, bad offense, moving coordinators around, changing coaches. Never really gets going. Never really gets started. And then 4.5 years later, now you got the number 1 pick because of a good trade you made. And now you get forced to the situation you're in. You know what I mean? So Bears all around just played themselves and how they handled the Justin Fields and Eberflus transition to end last year for sure. He said they did Lovey bad. And you know what, man? Oh, my fault, Keandre. I missed your comment too. He said Chicago should have had 32 seconds when they used that time. I thought the clock was at 27, but it could have been 32. Or maybe he got sacked at 32, but when they got back up to the line, it was at 27. I feel like when I was rewatching, it was 27 seconds. But here's the thing about it. Like, when you get up, they had a play call. Caleb didn't like it, so now he's trying to audible. The coach should have taken his hands, called timeout right there. We get down to 20 seconds, call the timeout and reset. Because Caleb's doing this shit, and nobody's seeing it because he keeps doing it. I feel like he did it for 12 seconds. Right then is when I want Eberflus to be like, all right, look, you know what? Pause. Boom. No, hell no. Timeout. 20 seconds left. Timeout. That's 2 plays. Take the timeout right there. That's 2 plays. But nah, he didn't. Now let me get back to what Miles said about Lovey. First off, I don't think it's a black thing. They did Lovey bad can be a little subjective. The mess, I think it is remembering that time, those Lovey Bears, they struggled tremendously on offense with Rex Grossman. That's the team that had Rex Grossman go to the Super Bowl against Peyton Manning with that defense with Urlacher and Lance Briggs and Peanut Tillman and you know what I mean, those defense stalwarts. The offense was shitty for 7 years, but they did find a way to win and be competitive. But it did feel like a team that could do all it could do. It did feel like a team that had got to reach their potential. They had seen the highest that they were going to see. Now, maybe firing them, I wasn't in favor of them firing them. I'm not going so far to say that. But if I'm sitting in a room and I'm talking to, you know what I'm saying, I'm talking to whoever's wanting to talk to me about it, and they talk like, you know what, we feeling like the message is getting a little stale with Lovey. We kind of stuck in a rut. It felt a little like Jeff Fisher with the Titans for all those years. They were always competitive, always kind of on the brink of, you know what I mean, being a problem, or you know what I mean, but they never really punched through. You know what I mean? So it started to have that feel. We seen this happen with Tony Dungy and the Buccaneers. Bring in Gruden, and next year they win the Super Bowl. So sometimes that happens. I feel like that's what happened with Lovey in Chicago. Now the problem was the guys they brought in since then, they've been bad hires. They haven't found the right guy. No veteran QB in the locker room. Yeah, that could be a thing as well. Just not having that common presence or just that ear you could bend to, you know what I'm saying, do all that. Hold on, what do you say about D-Hop? D-Hop workload has been huge, and this is aging D-Hop. Say Hop down to 75% left in the tank. I mean, Hop's 31? I don't even necessarily think it's that. I mean, D-Hop and Devontae Adams the same age. Or they within a year of each other. They either within a year of each other or they're the same age. And I don't think nobody feeling like Devontae Adams is slowing down. So I don't even necessarily think Hop slowed down. I just think he's had a bad run of teams, you know what I'm saying, since he left his sweet spot. Since Houston, he went to Arizona. He had the suspension. He got a little injured. But when he first got there, he was hot. He was still a stud. Then he got the suspension. He got injured. He leaves there, goes to Tennessee, which might as well be the elephant graveyard for receivers. You know what I mean? It's just not a lot there to work with. But I still think he can play ball. 75% of the tank. I'm thinking about it. I mean, that might be fair. I mean, he's definitely outside his prime. You know what I'm saying? He's crossed 30s, 31? He was never a guy that was a big separation guy anyway. He made his name and his money being a guy who's open when he's covered. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it's not a bad take, Keandre. Outside of Chicago, tricking it off, and Detroit holding on for that win. New York goes to Dallas. I went to this game. That's what I did with my Thanksgiving, man. I made myself a little mini Thanksgiving dinner. It came out phenomenal. And then I took myself to this Giants Cowboys game. Cowboys find a way to get it done. But here's the thing about it: if you're a Cowboys fan, do you want to get it done? Like, are y'all eager to, like, what are y'all proving by fighting and getting to 6-10, 7-9? Like, no, man, y'all got holes in this offense. Y'all need premium draft picks. You're not going anywhere this year. Dak's on IR, and like it or love it, hate it or love it, whatever you want to say about Dak, you don't have a chance to do anything, to accomplish anything with Cooper Rush finishing out this season. And if somehow, by the luck of the Irish, you was to make the playoffs, you're dead in the water. The season is done. Do you still want to win games? Why do you want to win these games, Dallas? Y'all scared to draft Ashton Genty? Y'all drafted Zeke Elliott number 4 in a year that you probably should have took Jalen Ramsey. Now, I'm not mad about the Zeke pick, because honestly, he should have been Rookie of the Year. They gave it to Dak. He should have been Rookie of the Year. And for the first 2 years, he was made an argument to be a best back in football, or top 3, top 4 back in football. So I'm not mad about it. You had quick success and never really capitalized. It didn't come to fruition. But now do y'all have a chance to right that wrong and do it again, man? Dallas, get y'all ass in that top 10 and draft Ashton Genty out of Boise State. Don't play around. Don't get cute. Don't do none of that. Go get Ashton Genty and see if you can salvage the next, 3-4 years. I got to pay Dak $60 million a year. He said, "You 36, you can run and jump like you did 4 years ago." Well, no, I can't because I'm 36. D Hop ain't 36. D Hop is younger than I was 4 years ago, cuz. So what you saying? We not talking about a 36-year-old D Hop. D Hop is younger than I was 4 years ago. You feel me? So yeah, bro. Like he's not drastically like this isn't Randy Moss when Randy Moss went and played with the Niners. Y'all forgot Moss finished his career on the Niners. Did y'all forget? This isn't that Randy. You know what I mean? Like, nah, bro. This is D Hop 31. I believe D Hop's 31. Now, if he's older than that, let me know. He's 31, 32. He's not 34. Hell no. I want to say D Hop's 31. I want to say D Hop's 31. Correct me if I'm wrong though. Y'all can let me know now. Let me know if I'm tripping. Maybe I just think he's too. Maybe I'm thinking he's younger than he is. He's been around for forever, but honestly, he's in his early 30s. I want to say he's 31, maybe 32. If you told me he's 33, I'd be surprised. I believe he's 31, 32. Real talk. Real talk. Oh man, the last game, Miami goes to Green Bay. And I was telling Hoppy this Wednesday when him and Keandre was telling me about these Chiefs in the cold. And I was like, well, you played Miami. Miami can't play in the cold, man. It's evident. They look terrible out there in Green Bay. Everybody out there look cold. Soft as hell. I ain't gonna lie and tell you, I didn't like playing in the cold either. But I'm just saying. They can't play in the cold, man. They can't play in the cold. Get into these week 13 games, man. These games are starting to get real meaningful, man, for a lot of guys. Playoff positioning is heating up for sure. Chargers on the road at Atlanta. They need to bounce back after losing at the crib. Wait, am I tripping? No, that's Chargers at Atlanta. Why'd I think okay, maybe they go to Atlanta, then they play the Chiefs. I thought the Chargers had the Chiefs next. Chargers go to Atlanta. I think they do get it done on the strength of that defense. I'm going 24-20. East Atlanta Kirk ain't been the same these last 3-4 weeks, man. Feels like something's been a little off. It ain't quite given what it's given. What it had been given when they got a little hot. But I think the Chargers in that defense could still go in there, control the game. Herbert could do just enough to get it done as long as you don't put the world on him. As long as you don't put too much pressure on him and you keep things even keel, he can make it happen. J.K. Dobbins is on IR, though, for the next 4 weeks. Oh, man, Isaiah is slid in the building. Isaiah is slid in the building, and he's taking Atlanta. Isaiah, what are you doing, man? Isaiah, what are you doing? Karen just said he's 32. I bet he just turned 32 this year. I bet he just turned 32 within the last few months. He probably turned 32 within the last 3-4 months. And also, and I dig what you're saying. He's not fresh. You know what I'm saying? He's not Daisy fresh, but he's also a receiver. And he's a receiver that didn't count on speed. Like a 32-year-old, a receiver, like Odell at 32 is worse off than D-Hop at 32. Because Odell needed to be fast, quick, explosive. D-Hop was never fast, quick, and explosive. So what's he losing? Like, he doesn't lose the same things by getting older that somebody else does. You know what I'm saying? Well, like D-Hop is aging better as a player than Odell. Odell was playing like an older receiver at 28. It's crazy how young Odell still is. The injuries and everything wore him down because he's lost that explosiveness with age. But D-Hop never was a successful player because of explosiveness. So 32 for D-Hop isn't as detrimental as it is for a guy like Odell. Isaiah, man, tell me why you're taking Atlanta. And give me a score, too. Tell me why you're taking Atlanta. And give me a score. I was taking y'all defense, even though it's on the road, and that worried me a little bit. East Atlanta Kirk in that Falcons offense, man, it still hasn't been great. They got hot. They had a nice kind of 3-4 game stretch. They were moving the ball, putting up points. Kirk was out there throwing for 400 yards and 4 touchdowns. You know what I mean? But it feels like they've kind of came back down to earth and leveled off a little bit. I think they would need Bijan to really be a difference in this game. I don't imagine. Well, no, you know what? I was gonna say that. I was gonna say I don't imagine he was gonna have as much success against that defense, but that defense just got chewed up by Derrick Henry. Y'all defense did just get chewed up by Derrick Henry, so maybe Bijan would be more of a factor than I was initially thinking. Maybe he will be more of a factor than I was initially thinking. I went with the Chargers, though. I don't trust Kirk right now, to tell you the truth. I don't trust Kirk right now. Isaiah said Atlanta has weapons offensively, put pressure on tackling. Both backs, Mooney and Pitts. Tackling is our worst category. He's going 24-17 Atlanta. I'm thinking about that. Mooney and Pitts. I mean, we can't be name dropping Pitts like he's Travis Kelce. You know, we can't name drop Pitts like he's Sam Laporta. We can't name drop Pitts like he's Brock Bowers, like he's George Kittle. You know what I mean? He's uber talented, but he's Isaiah likely. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, he's a weapon. He's a threat. His production is inconsistent. His usage rates are inconsistent as well. So he's not a tier 1 threat when I'm evaluating that offense. You know what I'm saying? Like, you didn't even mention Drake London. Golly. Mooney and Pitts, what happened to Drake London? He said both backs. You worried about Tyler Algier? Come on, man. Come on now. Have a little faith, man. I think the Chargers and that defense, I think they bounce back. And get a much-needed win. Because they got to keep pace with the Broncos in this playoff race. Everybody's playing second fiddle to Kansas City. I think they got to keep pace with the Broncos. I think this is a winnable game. It is on the road. But I think y'all defense does enough to, one, get after Atlanta. They're a good run blocking O-line, but they are susceptible to pressure. I think y'all can get home and cause pressure and make it ugly and get out of there with a dub. As long as Justin ain't got to do no heavy lifting, man, I expect y'all to get out of there with a dub. Unless East Atlanta Kirk snaps back. Unless East Atlanta Kirk bounces back, man, but I ain't like what I've seen from these last few weeks. He said, what my dog Isaiah say, man, he got one more for me. Tackling more overpowering the coverage, not scared of the receivers, especially the ones that aren't elusive. Yeah. We'll see. We shall see, man. Picking against the home team. He said, what, 24-17? Ooh-wee. What about their defense? Falcons run defenses. I mean, I know y'all without J.K. Dobbins. So it's going to be Gus Edwards and who's the other guy? Gus Edwards and it's already a heavy running attack anyway, just by the nature of y'all team and their offense how it's built. But it's gonna be real smash mouth for Gus Edwards. I'm imagining this is gonna be a really just grinded out Gus Edwards, 3 yards in a cloud of dust. We need Herbert to hit 3 play action, deep shots, deep crossers to Lad McConkey to just stretch the defense a little bit, keep it a little bit honest. And we're just gonna go low and slow with Gus Edwards all day long on the road. That's what I'm imagining. Let that pressure in that front get home and get hurt. That's what I'm thinking is going to happen. Moving on, man. Pittsburgh on the road at Cincinnati. AFC North football. And y'all know what I'm doing, man. I'm going with the good guys, man. Big nation business is in the building, man. I'm going with the good guys. I'm taking my boys on the road in Cincinnati 23-20. 23-20. Now, won't lie. The way Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase are moving the ball, it's cause for concern. It is. I'd be lying to you if I said I wasn't. I am. I respect it. You know what I'm saying? Joe's playing some of the best quarterback in professional football right now. On a team that's 4-7, that probably arguably could be 8-3. You know what I mean? Cookie crumbles a different way. Ball bounces left instead of right. But be that as it may, that's what happens sometimes. Sometimes the Chiefs are 11-1 instead of 7-4, 6-5. Sometimes the Bengals are 4-7 instead of 9-2. That's just how it goes. But I am a little worried. You know what I mean? Like I said, they got a very explosive offense. Our offense has still been up and down. But I'm taking my team, man. I'm taking the defense, do what we need to do. Get after Joey B. Pass protection has always been a problem with them. We can get after the quarterback, cause pressure tends to bust pipes. Looking for my defense to stand up in the back end. Look for my offense, get the running game going, and see if we can get George Pickens downfield for a deep shot or two. And I'm going 23-20. My dog Miles said game of the week. This your game of the week, Miles? I ain't gonna lie. I think there's a better one, man. I ain't gonna lie. My dog Isaiah said he got the Bengals in the trap game. Bengals needed. Pitt has been getting touched up in the past game. Thing becomes a shootout and wins 34-30. Well, here's the only thing I would say is I don't think it's a trap game because we're coming off of a loss. Like people were trying to say that the Browns was a trap game. I didn't think it was a trap game. Like a trap game means like looking like riding high, looking past you because somebody else is like. I didn't think that was the case with the Browns, and I don't think it's the case now. I don't think you can have a trap game coming off of a loss for one, because a loss sobers everybody up. You know what I'm saying? Like once you lose, the party's over. Like if we'd have found a way to win that Browns game, well, we were winning. Came back and took the lead late. But if we win that game, then maybe we still kind of just floating around like, man, yeah, man, we got this shit, man. Maybe then we still a little bit relaxed. But even like a close win like that is normally a little sobering. But to flat out lose, that's sober. Nah, everybody's sober now. Everybody that's sobered up. Ain't nobody drunk on success. The being drunk on past success is over. Coach T had us practice on Thanksgiving. We had a full padded practice on Thanksgiving Day. Ain't no trap game this week. Ain't no trap game. We had a padded practice on Thanksgiving. So yeah, nah. I don't think they can sneak up on us. And they too dangerous. You know what I'm saying? We know what's going on with them. So he thinks Pitt wins, but Joe will only put up 20. Disrespectful. No, it ain't even that. Well, for one, you got to remember as well, like everybody thinks it's gonna be a shootout. Everybody's going with shootout. Everybody's going with shootout. Okay, Isaiah said he can agree with that. A loss changes cut. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you can't even have no track after an L. Hell no. But he said he's going with the Bengals in the upset. Honestly, Bengals at home, putting up 30 points on damn near everybody they play. I don't even know if it's an upset. I think Vegas, I think the odds, I think the Steelers are not a dog. I think the Bengals are like 2-point favorites at home. Hold on, now I got to check. Because I don't even think the Steelers aren't the favorite in this game. We're not the favorite in this game. I'm going to tell y'all the odds. Bengals by 3. Bengals are -3 in this game. So that's not a trap game or an upset. Bengals are -3. He said losing to the 2-8 Browns got to be a double shot of. Well, first off, they was 3 games. They won 3 games. But secondly, they beat us and the Ravens. You know, and it's a divisional game on the road on a short week in a literal blizzard. Come on, dog. You had a shootout with the Panthers. Bryce Young just got his quarterback card back 2 weeks ago. You had a shootout with the Panthers. Don't talk to me about losing to the Browns on a short week after beating the Ravens in a blizzard. That ain't no bad L. I don't feel bad about that. Myles Garrett went crazy. He had 3 sacks in the first half. Come on, man. Oh, hold on. Hey, man. Hey, Skinny in the... Hey, man, what's up, dog? What's the word, man? Long time, my boy. What's going on? What's happening? Yeah, man. You know what's going on. Just, you know what I'm saying? Just cooling. Doing the same thing I do, man. In here with the folks, chopping it up. You know what I mean? He said, did we win or lose Carolina? Yeah, man. It's true. I can't knock that, man. Winners win, dog. Winners win. Winners win. I ain't mad at it. But I'm telling you, if you squint awful hard at that 11-1, boy, it look like 6-5. I'm just telling you. If we squint a look, if we look at that Kansas City 11-1 under the light, we really shine the light on that Kansas City 11-1. It looks a lot like 6-5, my boy. That's all I'm saying, dog. That's all I'm saying. Hey, come on, man. Hey, come on, man. You know what's going on. Appreciate you, my boy. Hey, matter of fact, man, I know you're on Facebook right now, but before you leave, man, tap into the YouTube, man. Throw your dog a subscribe and a like, man. You know what's going on. You know what's going on. Everybody got this Bengals. Everybody got this Bengals and Steelers game as a shootout, man. Y'all got to drop some scores for me. I want to hear some scores. Everybody's saying shootout. I think Isaiah gave me a score. Did Isaiah say 34-30 or one of y'all said 34-30? Yeah, Isaiah said he's got it 34-30. Man, I ain't gonna lie, man. I ain't gonna lie, because I thought the Ravens game was gonna be a little bit of a shootout, honestly. I thought the Ravens game was gonna be a little bit of a shootout. It was 18-16. It was 18-16. You know what I'm saying? I felt ashamed of myself. I was like, man, I know better. It's December AFC North football, man. It's cold up there, man. It's cold. It's cold in the D and it's cold in Cincinnati, too. They might got some snow. My defense pissed off. Coach T had us in full pads on Thanksgiving. So I don't know, man. I don't necessarily see shootout in this one. My dog Isaiah said 34-30. Maybe if we'd played this game in October, yeah, maybe. But in December, 33 degrees, snow flurries. Hey, man. Nah, I don't know, dog. I ain't even gonna read that comment, Keandre. You disrespectful. I would never wish ill on Chris Jones or Patty. Why would you do something like that? I'm not gonna wood for you. He said he's going 31-28 Pittsburgh. Okay, go ahead, redeem yourself. Go ahead. Hey, go ahead and redeem yourself, big dog. Big nation business in the building. Yeah, I appreciate you. Hey, I'll take it any way I can get it. Hey, Keandre, just like you told me, bro, I ain't gonna be too concerned with the details. I just need the results. I take it how we can get it, man. 31-28 sounds good to me. I was thinking 23-20, but I'll take 31-28. I ain't mad at y'all. I ain't mad at y'all at all. I ain't gonna lie, man. December changes football, man. When we get to December, especially in that AFC North, it's just a different brand of football, man. Generally speaking. But I'll take it any way I can get it, man. Moving on, man. Arizona on the road at Minnesota. Excuse me. I'm taking Minnesota in this one, man. Shout out to Champy. Champy, man, when you ever get back in here, man, he that Cardinals fan, man. My Cardinals fan from Phoenix. He be holding it down for the Cardinals. And this is a matchup that I talked about with Champy last Wednesday, I think. Because he was asking me, are the Cardinals the second best team in the NFC? And I thought about it. Because I think they were a little underrated at the time. But nah, man, still can't take them over Philly, can't take them over the Packers, and I can't take them over Minnesota. That's what I told him. I was like, man, I look at that Minnesota matchup, and I think I would still get an edge to Minnesota. And now they are playing Minnesota at home. I'm going Minnesota 27-20. Minnesota's lost a little steam, man. They still 9-2, but they're the most under the radar 9-2 that I feel like we've seen in a while. I keep reminding myself that they 9-2. But no, they are still finding a way to stack wins and play ball. Arizona has been competitive, and that NFC West is down. The Niners are all but toast. You know what I'm saying? The Rams are still giving a little chase. The Seahawks are still there as well, being a little stingy, but it does feel like Arizona's in prime position to try to run away that division, but they got a hard task. This would be a hard win. This win right here would be huge for Arizona as far as really kind of giving themselves some room to breathe in that NFC West, and also reestablishing themselves as like, nah, we legitimately here to win this division. So this would be a big win for them against Minnesota on the road, especially. But I don't think it happens. I'm going Minnesota 27-20. My dog Keandre had for me in the chat. Justin Jefferson's gonna have a field day. I hope so. I think so too. It was a quiet day for him last week, and he foreshadowed his own quiet day. They interviewed him. He was like, look, man, defense got two choices. You can try to cover everybody else and watch Justin Jefferson eat, or you can put all the resources against Justin Jefferson and let everybody else eat. And that's exactly what they did. They made sure, they said, we're going to lose this game. If we lose this game, it's not going to be because of Justin Jefferson. And they were right. But instead, Jordan Addison went for 160 yards. TJ Hockenson went for like $120. And they held Justin Jefferson to 40 yards on 2 catches, but at what expense? And so I think you're right, man. I think this, especially this week as well. It was a quiet week from last week. Last week he was a good soldier. This week you can bet he's in Kevin O'Connell's ear. He's in Sam Darnold's ear. Like, boy, hey, I ain't gonna be one of these like last week. I need my touches. I need my targets. I'm going crazy. You know what I mean? So I think you're right, man. I think Justin does have a big day. I'm with you. Champion, man, if you're listening, sorry, dog. Going with Minnesota at this one on home at home. Indianapolis on the road in New England. Give me the Colts 21-17. That Patriots defense, you know, they can still be a stingy bunch at times. The Colts, excuse me, aren't overly powered on either side of the ball. But I do think they get this one done. Anthony Richardson, he has played a little cleaner since his return to the starting lineup as far as interceptions. I don't know if he's thrown an interception yet in the, I believe, 2 games that he's been back. So maybe he keeps that trend going. And they really need to get back to really running the ball effectively with Jonathan Taylor. That's what I want to see. Because last week in that loss, Anthony Richardson led the team in rushing 10 carries for 60 yards. And Jonathan Taylor only had 10 carries for 35 yards. So I want to see them get back to running the ball and really running that offense through Jonathan Taylor. Like, let's really dial this thing back, get back to the basics, get back to what we should do well. They still got a very solid offensive line. Let's get back to featuring Jonathan Taylor as the guy, and let's let Anthony Richardson play off that instead of trying to force feed it to be Anthony Richardson's offense. That's what I want to see happen. Moving on, man. Seattle on the road at the Jets, at the New York Jets. I'm taking Seattle on the road. Seattle on the road, 23-20. I just don't trust the Jets. I said that, 3 weeks ago? When they fired Robert Salah, brought over Devontae Adams. You fired the GM. I mean, that team is in complete turmoil and disarray. And like I said, I think this is an opportunity for Seattle to go cross country and get it done. Mind you, this I think is Geno Smith's. I think I might have seen this is Geno Smith's first time playing the Jets in New York or in New Jersey, East Rutherford, New Jersey. But it's his first time playing the Jets in New York, essentially. And of course, this being the team that drafted Geno Smith originally when he came out of West Virginia. Was rejected in the first round, fell to the top of the second, got drafted by the Jets, was there for, I think, 4 years before he left, and then he went on a extended role, a suspended trip as a backup before reclaiming the starting position in Seattle. And this is his first chance to go back and play the team that drafted him and ultimately got rid of him. So I expect him to go out there and try to leave a mark, and I do think they'll get this done. 23-20 is where I'm going. Big Geno gets his revenge. Tennessee on the road at Washington. Washington's had a tough run of games, man. They really did. They started out 7-2, a couple of impressive victories, a Hail Mary over the Bears, and then from there they had a rough stretch. They've lost. Have they lost 4 in a row now? I believe they've lost 4 in a row. I believe the Washington Commanders have lost 4 in a row. Lost to the Ravens, lost to the Steelers, lost to the Eagles, and then they just lost to the Cowboys. Yeah, 4 in a row. And so the Commanders have got to get this dub. They've got to stop the bleeding. Now, Tennessee's coming off of their own win, a win against Houston, who was also trying to regain their own footing. But they did just get an impressive win on the road against Houston, might I say. And now you're up against a Washington team that's really up against it. Washington has no margin of error at this point. I think they're 7-5. The division is, I don't think they catch the Eagles at this point, but they are still in the running to get to still be a playoff team, man. So that wild card is still going to heat up, and they've got a chance to still stop the bleeding and get themselves, back into a lead position for one of those wild card spots. And I think that starts today. Tennessee at home, you got to get this done, and I think they will. 27-23. Looking for them to bounce back today. Houston on the road at Jacksonville. And I tell you what, man, I didn't know who to pick in this one. I damn near wanted to pick Jacksonville just because I don't like what we're seeing from Houston at this time, man. CJ Stroud, who I'm a fan of, he's having a sophomore slump, man. No other way around it. Now, there has been some ancillary factors affecting this. The receiver room's been decimated. His point guy started the season like gangbusters, left for 5-6 weeks, came back. I mean, so there's been a lot of moving parts there in that offense. Jacksonville is just a dumpster. Well, no, they're not a dumpster fire. I'm a reserve dumpster fire for the New York Jets. So Jacksonville, you're not a dumpster fire. What's above a dumpster fire, but still isn't good at all? I'm going to think about it. Spoiled milk, maybe? Whatever the case. I am taking Houston. I'm still going to take Houston on the road. Go 23-20. Nico Collins is back. He's working himself back in. I think even in that Tennessee game, he had a big play that ended up being called back for penalty as well. So he's working himself back into form. The form we saw, he looked like the best receiver in football before he got injured. There's no other way to say it. In a league that's got Justin Jefferson, a league that's got Jamar Chase, in a league that's got, we know the guys. A.J. Brown started out this season pretty hot as well before he got injured. Nico Collins was having the best season of anybody to start this year. Then he goes down and gets injured, man. So hate to see that. But he is working himself back. And I think this is the time for Houston. You have to right your wrongs on the road, but Trevor Lawrence is out. This Jacksonville team is just, they've got a lot of issues, man. Coaching schematic wise, that their coaching staff is a lame duck scenario. I'm not even sure if old boy that's coaching the Jaguars, if he's going to finish the season. It doesn't help or it doesn't change the outlook of this team or not to fire him. But he said Jacksonville is dumpster juice in the Texas Heat. Golly. Yeah. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. I went 23-20 Houston, but I don't know, man. If Trevor Lawrence is still out, if he's in, it doesn't do much to change my thought of the outcome of the game, honestly. But 20 points with Trevor Lawrence out may still be too strong. But I'm going Houston on the road to find a way to salvage this and get a win. After dropping one to Tennessee, you don't want to lose two back-to-back divisional games, even if those teams maybe aren't so much of a threat to the division title. You got to start stacking some wins. This is a winnable game. You should win. And it's time to kind of balance back out and get your guys' get back on the good foot, Houston. That's what you need to do. Get back on the good foot. Do that today in Jacksonville against a team you should beat. Shout out to my dog, Terrible Time, as well. But wake your ass up, Time. Where you at? Moving on, man. The Rams on the road at New Orleans. I went back and forth on this game as well. I went with the Rams. I'm going Rams 24-21. The Saints defensively and offensively, surprisingly enough, the Saints have done a lot to surprise me. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, MVS, not to be confused with CVS. MVS has found a way to be a legitimate threat, running downfield for Derek Carr. Different strokes for different folks, man. Sometimes it's just guys just click, and MVS and Derek Carr seem to do so. At least once or twice a game, and at least 40 yards up the field. They find a way to get that done. When that's not getting done, Taysom Hill finds a way to give you 150 all-purpose yards and 3 touchdowns. So this New Orleans Saints team, with the firing, of course, of Dennis Allen, it was long overdue. Dennis Allen and Matt Eberflus, for my money, both should have had their services concluded at the end of last season. And so those are both two guys that came back, and I was bemused as to why. And then neither of those guys see the end of the season, and both teams look a little better now that they're outside the building. Now, the Bears haven't necessarily won, but they look better. Now, with Dennis Allen being gone, Saints have found a way to kind of turn it around and get a couple dubs. I was leaning Saints in this one, but I let something talk me out of it, man. I can't explain it why. I'm going Rams on the road to get this done, 24-21. And yeah, I'll be anxious to see what comes out of it. This was one of the harder games for me to pick, believe it or not. This Rams and Saints game. I went back and forth on that one. I really did. Tampa Bay at Carolina. Give me Big Baker Mayfield on the road. 27-24. Shout out to Carolina, man. Shout out to Bryce Young. Bryce Young has been playing very well. I know they lost a tough one, a close one to Kansas City just last week, but not because of Bryce Young. Bryce Young was balling. Bryce Young was out there throwing real live darts, throwing real live lasers, man. And so I'm glad to see that maybe he's regained his confidence. And sometimes that's what it takes, man. I think sometimes you just got to get your ass spanked, man. Sometimes you got to get sat down. You got to get sat down so you can see that there is another side to, to failure. You can fail and still come out on the other side. And I think maybe that's what was going on with Bryce Young. Number 1 pick. He's already 5'7". You know what I'm saying? And maybe he had it just too much in his mind about needing to be perfect, demanding too much of himself. So he finally gets sat down. He gets to sit down and watch Andy Dalton go out there and get a dub on the road against the Raiders, and then watch Andy Dalton shit the bed for 3 weeks after that. And then it's like, you know what? You can lose in this game. You can get your lip bloodied in this game. You can still come back. And now that he's came back, it's like now he doesn't fear death a little bit. He's conquered his fear of his NFL death. That's what it is. He's a man on the other side. He's seen the light and he came back. And now he's just out there playing ball again. And he looks good doing it. But I do think they fall short against Big Baker Mayfield and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. There's a race to get Mike Evans to 1,000 yards so he doesn't break his streak. And it's still in reach. He's going to have to start putting up some numbers, but it is still in reach, and I think they get it done today. Give me Tampa Bay, Big Baker Mayfield, and those Buccaneers 27-24. Now, Miles, if you're still in the building, man, this is my game of the week right here. Philly on the road at Baltimore. The battle of the two backs. All right? This is the battle of the two backs. Saquon Barkley and Derek the King Henry. Head to head. Come on, man. This is the game of the week. This is the game of the week right here. And this is a good matchup as well, man. I can't wait to watch this one. Because this is a damn good matchup. For one, Saquon and Derek King Henry, both over 1,300 yards this season. Both are in range and in reach of another 2,000-yard season. The second for Derek Henry, the first for Saquon Barkley if he makes it. So both of them are in range of that, chasing that style of greatness. Both of them are definitely contenders for the Offensive Player of the Year. And in Saquon Barkley's, what's the word I'm looking for? Scenario, for lack of a better word. He's in the MVP discussion now. He's in the MVP discussion. So his last performance, 255, 300 all-purpose with his receiving yards, the explosive 70-yard touchdowns in the same game, multiple of those in the same game. Saquon Barkley is getting a nice push into the MVP conversation. Now, it does come on the heels of Lamar and the Ravens taking a couple L's. Always just shooting themselves in the foot. You know? And so, we'll see. So, does this game... I guess maybe it's a three-headed race in this one. So, we've got two different kind of... There's two different kind of storylines here for me. The battle of the backs, which back has the bigger day? And then also, battle of the MVP candidates. Does the upstart Saquon outshine the incumbent and the guy who was the leader in the doghouse for the bulk of this season in Lamar Jackson? Which one of the MVP candidates has a bigger day? And then which one of the backs has a bigger day? So those are the two storylines I like in this game. And I'm going Philly. I'm going Philly in this one. And I'll tell you why. I don't trust Baltimore's defense. I don't trust Baltimore's defense. Honestly. I think Philly's offensive line is going to move a little furniture today, tell you the truth. I'm not even going to hold y'all. And Roquan Smith may or may not play. Roquan Smith was a late scratch last week against the Chargers. Now, I have seen that Roquan is thought that he's going to play today, and I hope he does. But if he plays today, how well is he? Is he at 80%? Is Roquan at 80% going to keep up with Saquon? I don't know. And like I said, I get that in the battle of the trenches. I'm taking that Eagles offensive line every day. And I'm going to take them twice on Sunday. I'm taking that Eagles offensive line every day and twice on Sunday in this matchup. Like I said, they're going to move a little furniture today, man. I ain't going to lie to you. They're going to move a little furniture. And then plus, the secondary for the Ravens as well. So, A.J. Brown. I'll take A.J. Brown and Marlon Humphrey. I'll take A.J. Brown over Marlon Humphrey. Marlon Humphrey's had a phenomenal year this year, though. Marlon Humphrey's had his best season in 4 years. I think Marlon Humphrey's arguably an all-pro on the other side of Patrick Surtain. If I had to think about it right now, yeah, I probably would go Marlon Humphrey. He's got turnover production. Jalen Johnson's been very good this year as well. He's stacked 3 good years now in a row of film as far as Jalen Johnson for the Bears is going. But I like Marlon Humphrey's turnover production. And I think he's done it in big spots, turning the ball over. I want to say he's got 3 picks this year. I think he's got more turnover production. And I think his team is performing overall better. Those things factor in. So yeah, I'll probably say Marlon Humphrey's playing arguably as an all-pro right now. I'll still take A.J. Brown in the matchup head to head. And so that's where I'm at with this one. The secondary for the Eagles is young, but they playing damn well, man. Cooper DeJean, and Quinyon Mitchell, those are hits. They playing damn good ball. Rookies, both of them. Those are hits. They are playing lights out football. Zay Flowers is inconsistent. Rashad Bateman, inconsistent. Mark Andrews has started to find the paint again here lately, but is like lately. He's found the paint here lately, but his yardage and production are still down. Overall yardage production are down. And Isaiah Likely, he's almost kind of the forgotten man in this offense again. And so I think there's more kind of questions marks here. It's definitely turned back to Lamar shouldering the offense too heavy of a load. And then, like I said, and then of course King Henry. If Derrick Henry doesn't establish a strong running game in this one, then I think I'm not gonna say it can get ugly, but I think Philly could win this one even comfortably so. So I think Derrick Henry really taking the pressure off of Lamar in this one, because I can see this one where Lamar gets back into a corner and feels like he's got to be Superman, and now we're chasing 30-yard shot plays instead of staying consistent with our running game, and then Philly's able to just kind of stretch this out. I'm going 30-27. This could be 30-20. This game could be 30-20. I'm going 30-27 Philly. I think in the battle of the MVP hopefuls and the battle of the backs, I'm giving the edge to Saquon and those Eagles to get it done, even on the road against Baltimore. And also, it doesn't hurt that Baltimore would lose another game in this AFC North divisional race. So I'm not mad at that either as a byproduct, but I am taking Philly to get this done, man. I can't wait to see this one. This is my game of the week. My dog Keandre said, man, he said he likes that score, but he's going the other way. He's going Baltimore by 3. Okay. He said the coaches will make it a game. Well, see, this is the good thing. This thing for me, man. I think Jim Harbaugh John Harbaugh has been one of the more overrated coaches in the NFL, in my opinion, for a number of years now, man. I think John Harbaugh as a pure coach is just drastically overrated. I don't care what none of y'all say. The talk of him being a top 3 coach, top 4 coach is baffling to me. I just don't see it. Not to say that he's a terrible coach, bad coach, can't coach, but I don't know, man. I don't know why. I feel like sometimes he gets a pass. And Nick Sirianni is also not a great coach. So I think the coaches may get in the way of this game, if anything. I don't trust neither one of the coaches, Harbaugh or Sirianni. I think if either one of them has to get too involved, they'll mess it up for their team. I think the players got to win this one on the field. Then my dog said, this one, he does think it's going to be a good game. Yeah, this is my game of the week, man. I can't wait for this one. I'm glad they staggered it as well, man. I get to see my Steelers at 12. Then this is the 3 o'clock window game. And then I get to see the next game, Big Josh. Get to see him Sunday night, man. The Sunday night game, San Francisco on the road at Buffalo. Give me Buffalo in this one, 37-13. I believe Brock Purdy is still out for the Niners. And also, are Purdy and Bosa still out for the Niners? They were out last week. I believe one of or both of them may be out in this one as well. I'm going to try to double check. But honestly speaking, let me see if I can double check real quick. But the Niners are floundering. It really feels like, I don't have much. I don't think anybody has much of any hopes of the Niners really pulling this one off. When the Niners went into their bye week, and I think they had just got a close dub, or maybe they had a close loss. Maybe it was that the week they lost to the Cardinals. But I want to say they were like 4-3, and it was right there. They went on their bye or something like that. And I was thinking, okay, this is the time they come back, they start stacking wins, they go on a run. And they haven't. I think since that point, they've lost 2 out of the last 3. Let me see here. Okay. Brock Purdy is expected to start. He still was experiencing, he's been dealing with the shoulder issue, but it's as far as I can tell, it says that he didn't have any setbacks Friday or Saturday, so they do expect him to play tonight. So, but be that as it may, maybe that's worth another 3 points. No, I'll tell you what that's worth. That's worth one more touchdown. I'll go 27-17 with Brock Purdy back in the lineup. This Buffalo team quietly, I'm not gonna lie, and I think the Chiefs finding a way by hook or crook to still be 11-1 is making us overlook the Bills. I think the Bills are The Bills are the team that's really wearing me at the top of the AFC, man. It's not the Chiefs, it's the Bills. I think they're quiet. We're not talking about them. And all they doing is sitting there stacking wins and trying to get healthy. Matt Milano, captain of the defense, a stud linebacker in his own right. He's been beat up and injured. He suffered another season-ending injury last season or whatever the case. He's just now due to come back. So I think he's supposed to make his first start of the season, tonight against San Francisco. And so they're bringing him along. It's getting right around, we're getting to that fourth quarter. It's time to make that playoff push. And now they're getting one of their stalwarts back on defense. So the Bills are the team that worried me in the AFC North at the top. But give me Buffalo 27-17. Moving on. We've got the Monday night game. That's Cleveland at Denver. I went back and forth on this one as well, man. I really did. I went back and forth on this one. Bo Nix and Denver are playing damn good ball, man. Took the Chiefs to the brink, got a field goal blocked, a very makeable field goal. As inconsistent as the kick has been this season, we can't count that in the bag. We can't count that in the bag at all. He was going to make that 30-yard field goal, if that. But still, looks like a game that you're expecting to come, get a close fought, hard-fought victory over division rival, the incumbent champions. Get that block, you lose that game. But they've been playing damn good ball. The defense is playing stout. Patrick Surtain's playing all-pro ball. And Bo Nix is playing his ass off, man. Isaiah, if you're still in the building, man, Bo Nix playing like the offensive rookie of the year. Jaden Daniels was that guy for, let's say, the first 7 weeks of the season. And then, like I said, I think that train has definitely cooled off, lost a little steam. And now Bo Nix he's really picked it up, and he's been playing phenomenal football. He's been playing great football, man. There's no other way around it. He's been playing great football, especially these last 5 weeks. I think Bo Nix is playing just as good or better football than most. Then I'm trying to think about it now. I don't see any reason why Bo Nix isn't playing top 10 at the position right now. He's playing better than Patrick Mahomes. Y'all say what y'all want to. He's playing better than Patty. Playing better than Patty, if you ask me. So they playing damn good ball, man. But I am going Cleveland. You see, now I'm talking myself back into Denver. Why did I go Cleveland in this game, man? On the road against Denver. Why did I take Cleveland? I'm assuming I took Cleveland because Myles Garrett in that defense and woke up. Myles Garrett popping his stuff a little bit. Talking his Defensive Player of the Year award stuff last week after beating the Steelers. He feeling himself a little bit. I think against this Broncos offensive line, he should be able to be a factor. Yeah. I really talked myself into Denver, but I wrote Cleveland on the paper, so I'm going to turn Cleveland in, man. Cleveland 21-17. Let's see if Famous James can get it done for me. Let's see if James gets this done, man. What's Pat Surtain do with Jerry Jeudy and Cedric Tillman? Who else is over there? I'm really talking myself out of this Cleveland pick. Yeah. But we'll see what happens, man. I wrote down Cleveland 21-17. That's where I'll stick it. 21-17. What my dog Keandre said. With that D, there's nowhere Denver loses to Cleveland. It's Cleveland. Who loses to Cleveland? Oh, bro, you going too hard on Cleveland for one. You going too hard on Cleveland, man. Cleveland aren't bums. What you talking about? They not bums. They not bums at all, man. I think, I was thinking Cleveland's defense or Denver's defense. I don't know, man. I think I do favor the matchups better for Cleveland's defense. I think they've got more. I think they do have more weapons. They've got Myles Garrett on the front line for sure. We know who and what he is. You still got Denzel Ward on the outside as well, who's damn good. I love me some Denzel Ward. Liked him a lot coming out of Ohio State. So you still got him. And then offensively, Denzel Ward matching up with Cortland Sutton. I like Sutton. I like Sutton probably better than most. I still would take Denzel Ward in the matchup. You know what I mean? I would. I like Myles Garrett finding home against that Broncos offensive line. Now, Bo Nix is an athlete. Bo Nix can move a little bit. He can scoot a little bit. But is he able to escape or get away from Myles Garrett? I don't know, man. I think Myles Garrett gets home once or twice in this game. I think Myles Garrett gets home once or twice. Jameis really impressed me in that Steelers game last week. I ain't gonna lie. He did end up throwing an interception. I don't know if it's a miscommunication on what the receiver is supposed to do or whatever, but he threw that interception was his only bad pass. Other than that, he played clean, on-time football in a blizzard. And so he keeps that up, playing clean football, letting that defense hold teams in check. I want to see if they can really get Nick Chubb going. I think Nick Chubb is still not necessarily found a groove since coming back off of injury reserve. Now, not to say he's going to do it this week against Denver, but I do want to see if they are able to kind of still, get him going a little bit more than he has. But I'm really counting on that defense to be the difference for me in this game. And I think that's why I end up going with Cleveland. If Jameis is going to play clean and that defense is back playing competitive, competent football, then that could be a recipe for success. And so I think that's why I went with. I think that qualifies as an upset, Cleveland over Denver. But I won't be disappointed if the Broncos win, because that means another AFC North loss. And so I won't be too upset about it. But I think Cleveland maybe that win Thursday night on the short week against my Steelers in a blizzard, maybe that's enough to kind of jumpstart them, let them build a little momentum. And I feel like maybe they're a team that's trying to have a late surge to see if they can, stumble through the back door into a wild card spot. And if they're going to do that, they'll definitely have to beat these Broncos. I think the Broncos, teams like the Broncos, the Browns, the Bengals, the Chargers, those are all teams that are trying to settle somewhere in that 5, 6, 7 wild card race. And so this win is a definite needed win for the Browns if they're going to give themselves a chance to backdoor into the playoffs for sure. Hey, that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, they are the Browns, but they've beat good teams, though. The teams they've beat have been good teams. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta keep that in mind. And also, don't forget they had Deshaun Watson for like 9 weeks playing terrible football. You know what I'm saying? Nobody was inspired to play on that team. You know what I mean? It's just, he's an albatross. That's y'all second word for the day. Y'all got that one for free. I gave y'all calamity earlier. Now I'm going to give y'all albatross. All right? Do your Googles. Deshaun Watson was an albatross in that Cleveland Browns locker room and organization, man. Just nobody's inspired to play. Nobody's inspired to play. You know what I mean? And so there was a lot of things going on with that Cleveland team. But one thing that most people will agree on, Keandre, Cleveland's an underachiever. People saw that roster and thought they was going to be competing for the division championship. There's some people that picked Cleveland to finish first in division. You know what I'm saying? So like they underachieved. So they not a slouch now. They not a slouch. They not a slouch at all. Like I said, you still got to show up to play. They're not unbeatable. They're not a juggernaut. I don't want to go too far on the other side. They're not a juggernaut at all. But you do got to show up to play ball, though. You can't just walk in and two-step your way to a dub. You got to go in there and get it now. You do got to go in there and get it. But yeah, man, I think that's why I'm taking Cleveland. I think they got a little juice, man. I think that team really does appreciate the breath of fresh air that Jameis Winston is. And I think Jameis Winston played clean football last week, man. I really think he did. He threw that one bad pass that ended up being an interception that probably should have sealed the game. We couldn't do shit with the ball, couldn't get out the field, or couldn't, like I said, finish the game with the ball in our hands. But he made good plays, man. Clutch throw, on time, was able to scramble, use his legs, got into the paint. He said, my dog Keandre said 3-8 for an NFL team is always an underachievement. No, it ain't. Everybody ain't predicted to go 12-5. You think 3-8 is an underachievement for the Panthers? Or are they supposed to be 3-8? Because they shitty. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's bad teams, bro. You remember those years where Detroit won 3 games in 3 years? They didn't underachieve by going 2-14. They were shitty. They were who they were supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? Like the Browns, before Baker Mayfield got there, the Browns and Lions were both teams that sat at the bottom of the division. You know what I mean? So, like, they were expected to be 3-8. You know what I mean? Daniel Jones' Giants. Like, did anybody expect the Giants to not be 3-8 right now? They 3-8. They ain't underachieved. You only underachieve when you got expectation. You got to have expectation to underachieve. But if we expect that you ain't gonna be shit, and then you beat 3-8, you ain't underachieving. You are who we thought you was. You know what I'm saying? So no, I think the Browns had real expectation. People were thinking the Browns are going to win the division. People were picking the Browns to win the division over the Ravens and the Bengals. Like, the Browns are underachieving. The Bengals are damn sure underachieving. Bengals should probably be 8-3 right now. Bengals, realistically, if we can squint at the Bengals, what, 4-7? If we look real hard at it, like I said, ball bounces left instead of right. You know what I mean? Sometimes there's years where that type of thing happens. The Bengals in another year could be 8-3 right now. Just like the Chiefs in another year could be 6-5 right now. But they 11-1, and the Bengals are 4-7, and the Browns are 3-8. Sometimes that's just how the cookie crumbles. Shout out to my dog Miles, man. Sometimes that's just how the cookie crumbles. But no, man, I think that's it, man. I think we did pretty good today. Got through all the games, recapped Kansas City, talked about the Thursday night games. Man, I didn't even get a chance to ask y'all how y'all Thanksgiving holiday went, man. Y'all travel? You cook? Or you just eat? Did your drunk uncle get in there and start a fight in the living room? Did somebody break your grandma's table playing spades or dominoes? I need to know the juice, man. Y'all let me know. But other than that, man, I think there's no time like the present to wind it on down, man. But before we get out of here, y'all know we got things to do, man. We got to run down them members, man. It's time for that real member roll call. Who was in the building today? I appreciate you. My dog Keandre was in this thing for sure. Appreciate your homeboy. My dog Miles was in the building. Appreciate you, my dog. My dog Isaiah was in the building holding it down for the Chargers, even though he picked against the home team. He picked against his Chargers and went with the Falcons. But shout out to my dog Isaiah. I see my dog Skinny getting this thing as well, man. Been a wild homeboy. I'm glad I found you again. I'm glad you found me again, man. Hey, like I said, man, if you're still in this thing, don't forget, man. I appreciate you tapping in on Facebook. Appreciate all y'all to do that. But tap into that YouTube as well, man. Give your dog a subscribe and a like, man. Y'all know what's going on. And other than that, man, y'all know what time it is. Say the same thing every week. Feel free to say it with me at home. If I forgot to say your name, damn, my bad. But charge it to my head and don't charge it to my heart. You know I'm thinking about you, big dog. Appreciate all the love and support as always. Like I said, man, it's always fun when I can get up, get on here, and talk ball with my dogs, man. That's what it's all about. And now, y'all know what time it is. It's almost 11:30. That means you got 30 minutes, homeboy. You got 30 minutes, playboy. Tell your wife, tell your kids, tell your girlfriend, go find something to do and get out your way. Find your favorite spot on your favorite couch. Get your favorite adult beverage in your hand and turn on your favorite team. And I hope your team win, homeboy, unless you're playing the Steelers. And without that, y'all be easy, be smooth. I see y'all Wednesday, 7 o'clock. Play the outro music. Y'all have a good one.